Hey there, welcome to the Hot Slice Podcast. This is the podcast by Pizza Today magazine, and I am your host, Denise Greer, executive editor for the magazine. And with me is Jeremy White, our editor-in-chief. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Denise, how are you today?
Hey, man, I'm just busy, and it's amazing because it's all stuff that's going to be so exciting for the industry. So we're rocking and rolling, very busy with our survey and Pizza and Pasta Northeast.
Yep. We've got a lot going on right now. This is definitely a busy time of year. And, we don't really get a break because as soon as Pizza and Pasta Northeast ends in early October,
Yeah.
and we're getting it hard and heavy to get ready for Pizza Expo in March. And I don't want to get ahead of myself. We need to talk about Pizza and Pasta Northeast. However, just so everyone's aware, when Pizza Expo comes in March of 2024, it is the 40th anniversary of Pizza Expo. So
Exciting.
we're going to be, we're going to be deep in the weeds for many, many months now, getting ready for Pizza Expo. But again, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got the Atlantic City show coming up first.
Yeah, and let's talk about Atlantic City. So our guest actually was competed for the first time in Atlantic City. And the one message that she had to say is she wants to see more women competing. So I will say at the beginning of this podcast to challenge all of the women pizza makers out there that you have a wonderful product, compete with it.
Agreed 100%. You alluded to our guest. We'll just jump to her momentarily. Our guest on the podcast today is going to be Gemma Cataldo. Gemma is a daughter of Paul Cataldo, who is a world pizza champion, born in Italy, came to the United States. I'm going to get this wrong. I believe mid-90s. I could be wrong about that. But came to the United States, roughly 30 years ago. Has a pizzeria in Northern Indiana. He's a member of the World Pizza Champions. He's a regular on the show floor and in the competitions in both Atlantic City and at Pizza Expo in Las Vegas. So he's a very familiar face. Gemma is one of his 6 children, one of his 5
I did not know he
daughters.
had 6 kids.
Yeah. And she is
5
truly
girls.
in every way a rising star in the pizza industry. So much so that we named her a rising star just very recently as well. So she's a go-getter. But yes, you are correct. Her first exposure to competing was in Atlantic City at Pizza and Pasta Northeast. And when we bring her on here in a little bit and interview her, one of the things she's going to touch upon is that she wants to see more women involved in these competitions. Historically, the pizza industry over the years has been a male-dominated industry, as we're all aware. That has been shifting a little bit in the last decade. We have seen more and more women pizza makers get involved, pizzeria owners get involved. And our speaking lineup at the shows are starting to reflect that as well. But she's like, hey, it's not enough. I want to see more women in these competitions. I want to see more women making pizza, going head to head with everyone out there. And I love that fire in her belly.
I know. I love it. So if you have a fire in your belly, come on, compete with it because it's really great. But also just get out to Pizza and Pasta Northeast. The one thing I love about this show, it's so approachable because Vegas is this huge, like it's just it's just so big. And if you want to be able to get a smaller, have more interactions, longer interactions. Pizza and Pasta Northeast really gives you that availability. That's the one thing I love about going is I get a lot more time with operators, because I'm not spread so thin, trying to talk to everybody because it's a smaller show. So
yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. It's definitely more accessible. Let's shift gears here too, though, because we're working on a lot of things. And another thing we're working on is our annual industry report, in which we are surveying the pizza industry and we are asking a lot of questions of pizzeria operators so that we can get to the bottom of exactly what's going on in the industry, and more importantly, how we can take that data, analyze it, and turn it into information that will help our readers at Pizza Today magazine run their businesses more efficiently, more profitably. And that's a project that you spearhead, that you spend so much time and energy on. That survey is now available. It's now out in the hands of the masses.
Talk a little bit link to it about in the description. So
but
so
talk a little bit about how important it is that people fill this survey out.
Yeah, so it's going to take you 7 to 10 minutes. I'm sorry, but we need that time with you in order to get your insights on what's happening in the industry, because we do ask a lot of questions,
Mhm.
a lot of questions that you're going to be like, I don't want to answer this. But these are anonymous. These are not being used on an individual level, that you don't give your name when you fill out the survey. You just answer the question. So what we're doing is we're getting that feedback to be able to say, hey, this is the movement that's happening right now in pizza, whether it be menu, operations, employees, marketing, or growth, because that's what we're really interested in to see, is how y'all are growing and what's happening. So it's important for you to fill out this survey. It should be coming to your inbox. If you do not receive it in your inbox, there's going to be a link below to fill it out. So whether you own a pizzeria, we also ask that of people that have pop-ups, food trucks, and caterers, because we can pull those out and really talk about those on a micro scale of what's happening in that industry as well.
Yeah, and it's really cool that we break that out like we do, because yes, you are operating a pizza business if you are operating a food truck and don't have a brick and mortar. But it's very different from operating a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Your needs are different. The kind of information that you need are
Yeah.
different. Your goals are different. What's happening with you with employees may be completely different. And we want to have that subset of data separate. We don't want to just have the holistic overview. We want to really dig down into these more individual nuances, so that we can really touch every stone and turn it over.
And if you're a chain operator, that's cool too, because so we're differentiating between independents, regional chains, national chains, so that we can really get a handle on what each segment is doing, because we have the ability to pull that data out and just really look at it. So I'm excited for folks to fill it out. I'm excited to start getting the data and start looking at how things have changed this year. Since last year was our first year doing the survey, it'll be interesting, the comparative analysis. It's going to take us a couple years to get the comparative analysis really honed in, because we need that regular participation each year. So if you filled it out last year, make sure you fill it out this year so we can see what you do. And new folks, if you haven't filled it out last year and you want to fill it out this year, go for it.
100%. We want everyone to respond. We want everyone to fill out the survey.
Absolutely. Well, I think we've talked enough shop. Let's get into the fun conversation that we had with Gemma, because it was so fun.
She is a ball of fire. She's going places. I love the enthusiasm that comes with youth. And let's bring her on, and what she has to say speaks for itself.
Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide.
With extraordinary pizza cheese comes extraordinary rewards. Only Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese offers the Gold Club Rewards program with monthly cash back on every cheese purchase. Members also receive funds twice a year to use in their exclusive marketing store. It's their way of saying grazie to customers. Schedule a demonstration at bacciocheese.com/hotslice and discover how rewarding Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese can be. Pizza is your legacy. Build it with Baccio.
Looking to grow your pizzeria or restaurant? Then you'll want to try the power of a cloud-based POS system. With Hunger Rush, you'll get everything you need. This fully integrated restaurant management system allows you to easily streamline operations, accelerate the delivery process, and grow your business through Hunger Rush 360 marketing. And it's so easy to use. Want AI-powered text ordering? It's built in. Need to track orders? No problem. Schedule a personalized demo at hungerrush.com today.
Well, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Hi, happy to be here.
And let's just say congratulations on being named a rising star in the pizza industry. You just are killing it. And congratulations, you are the youngest rising star that we've ever named.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. No, it means a lot. I feel really honored to be featured in the magazine and just talking with you guys here today. So,
Well, let's go through. Let's talk about your pizza journey. When did it start for you? Because we know that you've got quite the legacy in pizza.
all right. So I definitely started working like in the restaurant consistently since when I was 10 years old. So I've been kind of around it since then, like consistently. And then I started working full time in the pizza kitchen about 2 years ago. And my dad really took me under his wing. I did the Young Pizza Maker of the Year competition last year, working with Carmi and my dad. And it's been almost 2 consistent years of just being immersed in the industry. So
How helpful has your older sister been in kind of mentoring you and bringing you along and teaching you the ropes of, it's one thing to make a pizza and it's another thing to really be in the pizza business. Kind of tell me about what she has done for you and what she has meant to you in that regard.
Oh, she means everything. I think we both really wanted to, especially with this last competition, use our own skills and sort of not get away from, but make a name for ourselves without my dad's help.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time she had competed, I mean, I'd watched her compete, I watched her win, I watched her lose, I watched her do everything. I mean, we work in that pizza kitchen every day together, and so it's just we're really close in that regard. Like we can work together well, and so we have a very good professional relationship, and we also have a very good personal relationship. So working together at this past competition, working together, with our new Instagram we have, with our new, just continuing in the industry, it means everything. I mean, if she wasn't there, I probably wouldn't be here. So she had to go off on the limb and do it first, and then I'm able to follow in her footsteps. But she and my dad mean the most to me. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that competition though. Tell us a little bit about how because I mean that it's International Pizza Challenge. This is not some small stage. This is an international stage you were on. Talk a little bit about competing like that, and then what you made, and how well you did.
Okay, yeah. So I was really nervous at the Atlantic City competition last year because it was my first competition and it was like the jitters, all right? And then by the time I got to Vegas, it was like I kind of had the lay of the land a little bit. I kind of knew how it was supposed to work, with your slots and timing and what you're required to do, what you're expected to do, and that sort of thing. So it was definitely like I didn't have very many jitters because I hadn't gotten them out previously. And the Atlantic City competition, I was a little more comfortable. But it still was a little bit nerve-wracking. I wasn't expecting to win. Like it wasn't like we were going, you always hope to win, right? But you don't expect to win. So it was just kind of like took me aback a little bit. Me and Carmi we'd been working on these pizzas sort of together, together but separately. And it was a little surreal. I mean, the whole competition, taking it in. Vegas is 10 times bigger than the Atlantic City. It's huge. And you're just really put in there. So there was a little bit of pressure. Of course, I want to make my dad proud. I want to make my family proud. You don't want to put out bad food ever. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking. But so I'll tell you what we made. So we made an artisan style dough crust, okay? And then I decided I wanted to do the sweet and spicy flavor profiles. My dad, when he won the traditional category with the Vegas, he did like a sweet and spicy flavor combo with like the pepperoni and sausage. So I kind of wanted to stick with that profile, but not do the same toppings as him. So I decided to put the spice in the sauce. So I did an arrabbiata sauce, which is just a spicy sort of marinara.
Yeah.
And so I did that on the bottom, and then I had mozzarella cheese, our house lick sausage that we carry in the store, our house pinch Italian sausage, and then I did caramelized onions on top. So that was the sweet aspect, and then you got a little bit of savory with the sausage, and then the spicy on the bottom. So yeah.
What did Paul say when you won? But tell me about your dad's reaction. Once he was with you privately and could just talk to you one-on-one, I can only imagine that he was just beaming with pride.
Yes. So when we found out that I won, we were around so many people. We were in the Bellagio Flower Garden. And it was like we started making a scene. Like it was like from a movie. We were making an entire scene in this flower garden. I was like punching him. I was like, I couldn't believe it's like this thing, you know. We went out to dinner and we talked about it. And then once we got back to the hotel, it was very much, it was just emotional, I think. It was like, he was very proud and he was like, you know, you've been working toward this really most of your life. Like since you were 10, really this has been your end goal, you know, whether you knew it or not, you know. He was like, I think he was just really proud. I mean, it took him years to win and to just be able to give us the tools, but yet have the freedom to make it our own and still do very well. I think that did make him just so happy. I mean, yeah, he's very proud of both me and Carmi.
I can only, as a father myself, I can only imagine how. Now I know, Denise. Now I know why the Bellagio security gave me a call that day and said, "Hey, there's some of your people in here making a scene, and we're gonna have to throw them out if they don't calm down."
I know,
like
so
this girl's
bad.
punching her dad. It's all going crazy. So it was okay. Now I know. Now I know. Okay.
Now you know. Yeah.
You know,
yeah, that was crazy. I thought I was getting disqualified when Lamarca called my dad and was like, "Is Gemma there?" I thought I was like, "What did I do wrong?" I was like, "Am I getting disqualified from this competition?" Like, I don't know. It was automatically like went to my head was in the gutter. Like, oh no.
You thought, oh, I used an illegal topping and I'm going to get disqualified.
I know.
And
I was like, great.
Well, I will tell you that Michael Lamarca gets super excited about announcing those. So what he'll do, because I'm the one that posts them on the website, so he'll just be texting me, "Can I call him? Can I call him? Can I call him?" So he gets so excited about being able to share that with you guys. So he loves being that person to hear your excitement when you win. So I'm just
and Gemma, let me tell you something too. Besides your father and probably your sister and your family, I think Denise may have been the most excited for you. Denise was like texting me. I was in my hotel room. She's texting me, "Oh my God, Gemma won." And she was so excited and so happy for you. And we're texting back and forth. And I said, "Oh, that is awesome." Because I didn't know until Denise, Michael texted Denise texted me. And she was so excited for you. You've got a big fan in Denise.
Okay. So it's a huge thing. You know, you're a woman in the industry. And historically in the competition, it's been very much a man's game as far as the victories.
It's a male-dominated industry.
Pizza Expo, we've had more women win in Atlantic City, but International Pizza Expo, it's been difficult for a lot of women to win. So I hope that you know, as more women are winning, that this just brings more and more women in to say, "Hey, look, they did it. I can do it too," and get in there and compete and not be afraid. That's what I hope.
I think that's a really big goal of mine, Carmi's too, is because we don't see a lot of women. And so we've been working on a partnership with, you know, Women in Pizza, trying to like promote like more women to get out there and do it, because it's not just for the guys, you know, like my dad he had one son. And the rest of us are girls. All 5 of us, there's 5 girls and 1 boy. So
your poor brother
kind of forced to get us into the industry anyway. And I think it's great. Like I love promoting that kind of thing. So I'm happy to promote.
What's the best feedback you've gotten from maybe another woman or maybe another young pizza maker? Like what have you heard back from them seeing you win?
I definitely, a lot of the women in pizza are very supportive. I had so many women come up to me in the competition that weren't even like, they were just attending the competition and they were just like, congratulations, like get a woman in there. Like, I had probably 3, like just older women that I had never, I mean, they were just attending the competition and had seen that I win and they were like, yes. So that was just really cool to see, like, wow, like, other people notice that it's not just men winning all the time. And there's nothing wrong with, guys taking the win either, but you just don't see women in there very often. So it's great. It's great.
Now,
but
Gemma, your dad, Paul, your father, Paul, if I'm not mistaken, he was born in Italy, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And so when you go to Italy, and visit family and look at the pizza scene over there, how many women do you see involved in pizza kitchens in Italy?
So that is a great question. I have never been down south where my dad is from. Each of us, he's taken one of us every year besides the COVID years for the past couple years, just us and him doing all the sort of northern, like more touristy things. The pizza that I had in Italy, it's not my favorite because it's just sort of different than what I'm used to. In Italy, they like it's very light. It's very, you don't pack, sausage and pepperoni and bacon, and, that's very
spoken like a true Hoosier right there.
Yeah,
I know.
Right? That's a Hoosier pizza eater right there.
It's you have to have a very European sort of palate for it. I remember going to the competitions in Parma and nuts. I mean, I would see like, I'm trying to remember. I went to the competition in Parma when I was 14, I think.
Wow.
So it's been a while. I don't think I was really looking out for like women on the floor or anything, but I feel like it is just more male dominated in general. Even in the European countries, it's more of a, men are chefs, men are cooks. So
there aren't many. You're right, and I remember because I was in Parma. I remember we were in the customs line in France. We landed in Paris and we're going through customs to go into Milan. And I remember actually in that line talking to your dad, and he was introducing you to me, and you were just a little bitty kid, and he was so proud, and he's like, this is her trip, she's gonna learn how to make pizza on a big stage. And I was like, oh, isn't that cute? And now here you are, you're a star.
Here we are years later.
Yes, you're a star. Denise, look, Gemma's still a college student. This is how young she is.
Yeah.
To talk to her about Rising Stars, I had to reach out to her through Instagram.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how to text her. I don't know how to get an email for her. I got to find her through Instagram.
Yes.
What are you studying in college?
She's not going to pick up her phone. She's not of that generation, Jeremy.
Right.
I'm going to college to study dental hygiene. That is the plan as of right now. I don't have any intention of leaving the pizza industry behind. It's very much a big part of me. Carmela and I are working together to keep it alive and, do what we can at the restaurant while we're both in school currently. But we'll be studying dental hygiene in the fall.
Okay.
Now, are you going to have a off-campus job, maybe at a pizzeria while you're in school? I'm just saying.
Maybe one that's 3 hours away. It's this little place called Antonio's. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but
it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's a good place. So let me ask you this: so when you've grown up with a father who came from Italy, who knows pizza, been around quality pizza your entire life. When you're on campus and you want pizza, what do? I have a feeling you don't have a major chain delivered to your dorm. Maybe I'm wrong, but what do you do for pizza?
I think you're wrong.
Well,
I think she'll eat some down and dirty chain pizza when she needs to.
Well, I have not been to college yet. So this is my first year. This is my first year. So I don't know what I'll do. I feel like I will just not eat pizza unless I come home. I think that is like my line. Like my dad has created me into such a pizza snob. It is so hard for me to eat pizza at other places. Like, oh my gosh, I was like, Dad, you've created a monster. Like, I am such a snob for food now. How am I going to eat in the dining hall? Like, I'm going to be eating salad and meat.
You'll find a way. And when it's midnight and you're cramming for an exam and
I'm sorry.
And your friend's like, hey, let's just order blank, Jimmy John's, whatever, you're going to be like, Okay, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. You know?
So,
And I'll be snobby about it. I know it. I'll be snobby about it, but maybe I'll eat it.
now you've already been to orientation, correct, with school and all that. So you've been up
Yes.
there spending time. Now, does anyone up there know that you are a pizza powerhouse? Like, have you met friends and you're already like, I don't know if you know this, but
That's got to be in the school newspaper, right? Denise, we've got to call. We've got to send a press release to. We have to send a press release to her school newspaper. We have to make her a star on campus.
I was just gonna say I try not to publicize it like when I'm because people are like, what? Like pizza? And then I have to go into a whole spiel and it takes so long. I almost just I don't say anything about it. Sometimes if I want the quick response, guys, I'm on Google. I can Google myself. That is like something that I found that was so cool. I would just say, yeah, you can Google me, look me up and read about it. So I don't think most people there know per se. When I did I did like a shadow day. The person that I was shadowing ended up being one of my cousin's cousins. So we had a mutual cousin. And so she had heard of me. It was right after I won and she had heard of it. And so we did talk about it while I was up there. But no, I feel like I don't publicize it maybe as much as I should. My dad publicizes me more than
he's very good at marketing.
Yeah, your dad's good with that.
There's no doubt about it. You know, we understand because when we visit pizzerias, I will rarely ever tell them who I am. If they don't know me from my picture, like I won't say a word because I want to see the experience of a regular customer. And if they know I'm Denise from Pizza Today, then they'll just bring out a bunch of stuff. And I'm just like, no. I want to experience. I get story ideas from visiting pizzerias. Like I want the real experience, good, bad, or ugly. I want it all.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. What was I gonna? I was gonna ask you something. Oh, when your dad, like, so he marketed your win. Did you get some national press? Did you get local press? And how was that being interviewed? Was it kind of difficult or did you find it easy?
So I was in like the Goshen News. I think I was in the Elkhart Truth. I think that was the big one that I was in. I didn't get anything like super national. I mean, you guys were the biggest publicity that I had got, but it's also like really, unless you're really in the pizza industry, it's like people don't know that it exists. You know what I mean? And if you're in it, you're in it. And if you're not, you just over your head. So I definitely, I mean, it was very cool for me to be, I was in the newspaper. I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so wild. Like that is me.
Yeah. And then you went back to high school that day, like, I
was like, that is crazy. I'm actually homeschooled, so I didn't have to go like back to school or anything. There's no sort of anything like that. The interview process was very cool. I definitely, most of the time when I was being interviewed, I was being interviewed with my older sister, Carmi. It was like we were being interviewed together. So it was very much having her there took any sort of pressure off.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was just like we bounce off of each other very well in conversation. So it's very easy when she's around to do stuff like that. I feel that I can converse like pretty easily. Interviews don't freak me out very much. So I think most of the time it comes pretty easily. I think I have my dad's charismatic tendency sometimes with that. My dad can talk for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and not have a problem. Yeah, you guys have but yeah, I would say it comes pretty easily. There's definitely some jitters. It's like the nerves, but pretty easily for the most part.
Well, you're doing great on this podcast. Did Antonio's get any boost in business from the publicity after your win? Did you notice an influx in customers coming in? And the pizza you made in the competition, is it on the menu at Antonio's now, or was it a limited time offering for a while to get people in? How did that work out afterwards?
So we definitely picked up business. I would say until June, it was like the first 3 months, we definitely had a lot more dine-in customers. We offer, so the Vegas and the Gem, both of those award-winning ones, we do a dine-in only. So we had a lot more people coming in, sitting down to come and try the pizza. It is still on the menu today at the restaurant. It's a dine-in only pizza just because of the way the crust holds up.
Nice.
But yeah, I would say definitely picked up business dine-in we started making, instead of 2, we were making 4 batches of dough and stuff. So almost double. It was very good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is that the first thing you've created that has actually been on the menu, or have you created some other menu items?
That is actually the first for me. Carmi had the Calabrese
international competition with it, guys.
Yeah, so it's like my dad had to put it on the menu. My brother, I know a lot of my siblings more so have had like more items on the menu, but that would be my first. Yeah, that one was my first one.
That's awesome.
Well, we won't hold you up too much longer. I'll ask you one more question. Okay. The collaboration you're doing with your sister moving forward, like what are you hoping to do with pizza with that collaboration? Because I know it's an Instagram. So, tell everybody about it.
Yeah. So our Instagram handle is at the Cataldo sisters. It's all one word. It's a fairly new Instagram, so you can go check us out. But I think we are just trying to promote our sole goal right now is to like expand our partnership with women in pizza and get more women out there competing, because when both of us are at these competitions, it's like we want to get more women out there competing, because it is super rare that we see too many of those. So I think that's probably our main focus. And also we've been working with our other, how many other sisters do I have? 3 other sisters. There's 5 of us. Our other 3 sisters. We've been working sort of together to maybe form a new sort of brand, because my dad can't really do this forever. So we of course don't want to like sell the business or let it, go down the drain, shut down, so I think we're trying to figure something out between us girls where we can like rebrand it into something that my dad doesn't have to be there all the time, so that it can be us running it. So yeah, kind of cutting my brother out of that one because he, sorry, Tony. But yeah, I think us girls we're working something out in that regard with the future of Antonio's, but also Carmi and I specifically, we're trying to grow our partnership with the women in pizza and just being as creative as we can, having as much fun as we can with it, and keep competing. So
right on.
Yeah.
Well, we're so excited to keep following you, because we know you've got a bright future ahead in dentistry and pizza. So that's nice.
Well, thank you very much.
Right?
Congratulations. It's really awesome.
Good luck with your first semester at college. It's a a memorable lifetime experience. So good luck.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. It's great.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you.
Care.
You
too. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.